Hello and welcome back to week 4 of our garden education. Today we are going to learn about how to grow our own seeds. So to get ready for that, I need you to take out, you should have a small bag of seeds in your kit, a bag of soil, and then you should also have newspaper in your kit as well. And then if you have some tape at home, grab some tape as well. And if you need to pause the video to go ahead and collect those items, go ahead and come back when you're ready. Before we plant seeds, it's important to learn how what seeds need in order to germinate. And do you know what the word germinate means? Germination is when the seed starts to grow and it starts getting its roots in the soil to grow into a big plant. Once the seed has emerged from the soil, that is called a small seedling or a young plant. So in order to get a better understanding of what germination is, let's watch a quick video.
It's time to work. I know. Ah.
Before they talk about what the conditions are, do you think you have an idea of maybe what the conditions are? Think about what seeds would need to grow and how plants need to grow. So think about that, and let's see if you are right about some of those conditions. Were your predictions right? Did you have all the right conditions, or at least some of them? I'm sure you did. Let's finish the rest of the video. So here's the roots coming out right here, that little white part coming out of the seed. So now it is starting to germinate. And sunlight is what the plants need in order to grow big and strong to make their own food, and that is what photosynthesis is making their own food. So here's that word germination we were talking about. Here's a good demonstration of exactly what germination is. And now at this point that it's nice and got some size to it, now it's going to start becoming a small seedling or a young plant. It's past its germination stage now. Okay. So now that we've learned about what germination is and about what the seedlings need to grow, let's take a second to think about what they had said the seed conditions were. And do you remember what those were? They were moisture, warmth, nutrient-rich soil, which means that it has all of the good stuff in the soil that the seeds need to grow. And then sunlight and a good quality seed. So if the seeds are old, sometimes they don't germinate and they don't grow into a big plant. So it's important to have good quality seeds that are new. So now let's go ahead and start building our pots. So we are going to make recycled seed pots is what this activity is called. And I actually have a kit here called Paper Pot Maker, and which is what we're going to be making. These are fancy tools. You don't necessarily need to have them, but if you are wanting to have something like this, you can buy it on the internet. So basically what it comes with is this is the shaper, and then this is what helps form the bottom of the pot. And it comes with some other fun tools like a pair of tweezers to pick up seeds, and it comes with a little shovel to scoop out your dirt. And I'm going to use this so I don't get my area all dirty, but you don't need anything like that. Or if you don't have something that's small like this, you can get anything that's hard that has a good sturdy base. I also have a cup here. That means it'll be a bigger pot. If you've got maybe some kind of a food container, you can use something like that. I'm keeping seeds in here, but maybe you have like a baby food container or something like that. Anything that's got a sturdy, hard bottom too. So let's go ahead and use this cup here. You're going to take your newspaper. You can pre-cut it into strips if you want, or you can maybe take your paper out and then mark it. I'm going to cut mine, but you do not have to. You can just make it a really thick pot if you want. So I'm going to lay out my cup, and then I'm going to see about how long I need it to. And also, you know what? Paper tears really easily as well. So you need to trim it down, but don't have any scissors. Paper is very easily tearable. So you're going to take your strip, you're going to line it up with about the bottom. There's a little bit of overhang, okay? And then you're just going to roll it like this, okay? Make sure it's nice and tight if possible. Sometimes you might have to redo it in order to get a firm rolling in. Okay, so now that I have it rolled, this is where if you do have tape, you can tape it shut. I'm going to do that because it's a fairly large pot. And this is, so now that it's, okay, it's all taped and it's got a little bit of overhang. This is where if I had this instrument, I'd be, if this is where the newspaper was, I would be smashing it down like this, creating the bottom. But instead, you can take it maybe on the bottom of the table and smash it in and see how it then forms a bottom. Or if you've got tape, which I do here, we're going to tape it shut. And if you didn't leave overhang on your cup or whatever instrument you're using, go ahead and feel free to redo it. If you don't have any overhang, then you're not going to have a bottom to your pot, and you need a bottom to your pot. So I've got it all taped up like that. I'm going to pop it out, and there's our pot, just like that. So this is a recycled newspaper pot, and this also will decompose in the dirt. So when it comes time to transplanting your plant into the ground or into a larger pot to put maybe on your deck, this will decompose in the dirt, so you can plop it right in there. So let's go ahead and fill it up with dirt. We're just going to pour it in. Or use a shovel, or like I had this instrument here from my kit. I think we're going to go ahead and use that so I don't spill dirt everywhere. This also would be a great activity to do outside on a nice day or inside. I have a newspaper laid down that way so I don't get my desk all dirty. So maybe that's something that you can do if you're not using all of your newspaper that I provided you. You can lay the rest of it down after tearing what you need off, and then use that as something to protect your table or the floor from. I'm just about full. All right, so I've got it full of dirt, and it's almost all the way full. Now let's pack it down a little bit, that way so you have a nice sturdy base for these seeds to grow into. And sometimes by doing that, you have pushed down the level of the soil, so just go ahead and add a little bit more on top. All right, so I've got my dirt all packed in. I'm gonna take my little bag of seeds. I have here some basil seeds, but what you should have in your bags is lettuce or spinach seeds. If you have any other seeds laying around at home, you are more than welcome to use the seeds that you may have. You just need a couple, maybe 3 or 4 seeds in a pot. This one is a little bit bigger, so I think I put about 5 in there. But if you made a smaller pot, if I would have made a pot that was about this size, I would have only put maybe 2 seeds in. And if you use a smaller device to shape your pot, you will be able to make more pots with your paper and your soil. So now all of your lettuce seeds don't need to be covered with much soil, and it only needs to be about 1/4 of an inch deep. So you can either take a pen or a pencil, and let me show you what I'm doing, and just like lightly press over the seed and cover it up like that. Or if you have a little extra soil, what you can do is just sprinkle on the dirt like this. All right, so it just barely gets covered. Okay, so here's one of the things that the seeds need to grow. One of their conditions is a good soil. The soil that I provided you with is very good, a lot of nutrients, so it's a really healthy soil. And another thing that your seeds need is moisture. I have a spray bottle that I am just going to lightly mist with, but if you don't have a spray bottle, you can just lightly pour on some water. So there's the moisture that you need. Now, where are we going to go with this? What else do we need? We need sunlight and we need warmth. So I am going to probably go take this outside and let this germinate. I'm going to let it get its roots and start emerging from the soil so it can become a seedling or a young plant. And then once it becomes a young plant and it's kind of tall out of the ground, I'm going to put this in another pot with some more dirt, and then it can grow into a nice big plant. So if you've got leftover soil and some leftover newspaper and seeds, in your kit that you didn't use with your one pot. Feel free to make as many pots as you can or you would like. Or maybe you can go in and get some of your own soil and just keep making them. This is a great way to start your seeds in the spring. The good thing about lettuce is that lettuce can be grown in different parts of the year. You can grow them in the spring when it's just starting to get nice and warm out, in like around April. And then you can also then grow them again in the fall. So right now we're kind of prepping in between. By the time they get emerge and get young seedlings, it'll be about time for that lettuce to start growing again for the second time of the year. So we're doing our second crop of a lettuce. And if you need to keep your pot inside, that is okay too. It will grow. Just keep it by a window, and then you can have some lettuce for the rest of the summer. Once you've picked it off, it'll start to regrow. That's the neat thing about lettuce, is that it kind of just like starts regrowing once you've harvested it. So I hope you have enjoyed week 4 with growing your own seeds and learning about the germination process. Make sure to check out the recipe that we have recorded for you this week, and we will see you soon for week 5. Thanks for joining me.